Every morning, start a part in your story and make it a great one today. Good morning to one and all present here. I, Shilpa Shreyas from final year BCom. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to this corporate guest lecture series 6 in association with IQAC Department of Commerce. The corporate guest lecture helps the students to collaborate in academic learning with real-time industrial knowledge. This corporate guest lecture will be conducted on Saturdays for students of all the streams in our college for BCom, BBA, and BCA. Through this lecture, students can directly interact and gain knowledge regarding the challenges that have been faced and can know about the leadership strategies have been deployed by the firm. Today's topic is technology intervention in accounting and taxation. Shivananda Sharma Memorial RV College, popularly known as SSMRV College, affiliated to Bangalore City University, recognized by UGC and accredited by NAC with A grade. SSMRV College is the Center for Holistic Development and offers undergraduate, postgraduate, and research programs. Our college has been ranked among the top 5 colleges in India as per India Today in 3 consecutive years 2018, 2019, and 2021. RV Institute focuses on 360-degree education for wholeness and includes various activity centers. On the whole, I would like to tell that our college has the best administration with delegate and passionate faculties and inspiring students. Now, I request R. Bharat Kumar from final year BCom to welcome the August gathering. Over to you, Bharat.
Good morning, everyone. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the Corporate Connect Guest Lecture on behalf of the Department of Commerce and Shivananda Sharma Memorial RV College. This is R. Bharat Kumar, studying in BCom final year. I am delighted to have got this opportunity to deliver the welcome address. I am extremely pleased and excited to welcome our resource person for the day, CMAN Ravindranath Kaushik. He has 11 years of industry experience along with 12 years of independent consulting experience in direct taxes, GST, internal audit, and project management. He is an accomplished professional, having been a resource person and member in many academic and administrative bodies of the central and state government as well as in academic institutions. He is Secretary of Lagu Udyog Bharati for 2021 to 2023 and had been a chairman of Bangalore chapter of ICAI for the period 2018 to 2019. We are glad to have amongst us. On behalf of all the members and the management, we would like to extend our warmest welcome and best wishes. In his absence, I would like to take this opportunity to welcome our Honorable Principal, Dr. S. Anil Kumar sir, who has always strengthened and motivated us with his knowledge. A warm welcome to you, sir. In his absence, I would like to extend a very warm welcome to the Head of the Department of Commerce and IQAC Coordinator, Dr. M.S. Nagar, supporting us at all times. With your support, we accomplish our goals with much ease, sir. Now, I would like to extend a warm welcome to BCom Academic Coordinator. Welcome. I also welcome Dr. Shriyavi sir, the Event Coordinator for the day. A hearty welcome all the faculty members and technical team of the event. A big thank you for your presence amongst us today. I am pleased to welcome all the student volunteers and student participants, the beneficiary for your presence amongst us today. Hope you will all have a good learning experience today.
Thank you, Bharat. It's a great honor and privilege to say a few words about our principal, Dr. S. Anil Kumar sir. Dr. S. Anil Kumar sir, the principal of SSMRV College, has an excellent academic experience of over 35 years in commerce and management, which includes both undergraduate and postgraduate. With experience of 20 years, research, sir has awarded with various awards and recognition. The reflection of his hard work and commitment has transformed into various activity and program. The corporate guest lecture is one of his brainchild. And I thank our beloved principal, Dr. S. Anil Kumar sir, for giving us the opportunity. Now, I request Banu Priya from final year BCom to introduce the resource person of the day. Over to you.
I quote, "A smile is universal welcome." E section. I, Banupriya, am of final year BCom E section. It's my pleasure to introduce the chief guest of today's program to the gathering, CMAN Ravindranath Kaushik, who is successfully running his own firm, Ravindranath Kaushik and Associates. He is consultant to startups by helping them in mentoring and fundraising. He is qualified fellow member of Institute of Cost Accountants of India. He has done MPhil in economics. He has postgraduate degrees in finance, taxation, and economics. Bachelor of Law in Karnataka State Law University. He is certified in international taxation from IIIT, World Trade Organization Studies. He is also certified in export and import management from India Institute. He is having plenty of experience to mention few. He is an independent consultant since 12 years in the area of direct taxes, GST, internal audit, and project management and consulting. Represents and appears before various statutory authorities like Registrar of Companies, Income Tax Department, Commercial Tax Department, and GST authorities. He also have good experience in preparation of detailed project report for a new expansion business, financial reports, and incorporation of Section 8 companies as a part of MSME initiatives. He have addressed in more than 50 programs on the topic how to prepare bankable project reports in various industrial association bodies, AWAKE, LUB, TESOC, MSME DIC, SEDOC, and programs conducted in various institutes. He has 11 years of industry experience, worked in various companies under different roles and responsibilities in finance and accountant domain. Transition offshore client accounts and managed a team size of around 30. When it comes to his accomplishments, he is currently a secretary in Lagu Udyog Bharati 2021 to 23. He was chairman of Bangalore chapter of the Institute of Cost Accountant of India. He was board member of Ashok Nagar Cooperative Urban Bank. He was accessor at CII, National Skill Development Corporation. He was member of Direct Tax Expert Committee, BCI. He was also a subject matter expert of National Productivity Council, Government of India. He is resource person for Higher Education Academy, Government of Karnataka, Fiscal Policy Institute, Government of Karnataka, National Dairy Development Board, Government of India, DIC, MSME, Government of India, TESOC, Government of Karnataka. He was professional member in Board of Governing Council, Sindhi Institute of Management Studies. He was invited by many institutions to their board of study meetings as subject matter expert. His consultancy assignments are worked as consultant for Ready India, National Institutional Ranking Framework, that is NRIF, INREMIT, and AFC. Work for various projects of Karnataka Evaluation Authority, Watershed Programs Evaluation Studies, KSF MBC, Karnataka. He is a resource person and delivered keynote address in various national, state, and UGC sponsored conferences, workshop, and seminars. He has presented paper in national, international, and state level conferences, published articles in national and international journals. He has addressed in more than 150 programs on GST, target audience being industrial bodies, MSME sectors, and students. He has conducted webinars on practical topics to various professionals. He has delivered more than 200 talks on various topics in many institutions across India. He has addressed more than 60 online FDPs, MDPs, and resource person for various institutions, industrial bodies, associations, MSME department during COVID-19. And also, he has conducted more than 60 financial literacy programs to various target groups like students, SHG professionals, etc. He was awarded Sadak Lifetime Achievement Award 2018-19. He has participated in debates and live phone programs in national Doordarshan and private television channels. His achievements are endless. I am restricted to end this due to the time constraint. Happy learning to all. Now I request our honorable resource person to take over the session. Over to you, sir.
Stop sharing. Please share my screen. ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ ತಂದಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Okay. Good morning. So today I'll be talking on a very important topic. Okay, it's you can say that it's a life-turning topic for you people, especially commerce students, because there are a lot of changes which are taking place. Okay. So I think most of you might have experienced from your first year of degree, because most of you were in that hard times where digital transformation actually went for a big transition, that is during pandemic. So most of you might have experienced what digital is, even though before that also you were experienced to it, but the way or the kind of revolution which happened during April 2020 and what is happening at the pace now, right? It's very important. So no one expected that the business will be going for such a huge transition. So the data, what we call as big data, what we call as, has become a prominent thing in the last 2 years. 90% of the what data has been added, right? That was in last 2 years. That's how the McKinsey report says how big the data is going and how crucial it has become to manage the data. So in this process, a lot of new concepts have emerged and a lot of new things are emerging. So before you complete your degree and go in search of job or go for higher studies or whatever it is, you see a lot of sea change in the syllabus and also in the practical world, how they will be welcoming you with the changes. So in that aspect, today, whatever the topic is there, I will be talking from that angle. What are the changes which has taken place and how the future looks. So before making this, earlier when we were students, we never used to think of technology because we used to think that technology is for someone like those who are pursuing science stream like BSc, BCA or BE or MTech or something like that. So we used to say that technology is not our cup of tea. Technology is something which is for science students because they are the people who do a lot of mathematics, physics and all those things. So any software development, any coding or something like that, right? It was the specialization of science students and not the commerce or art students. But today that is not the case. If you don't know technology, you are out of race. So it is become very important that technology, that is developing software or learning coding system, is also very important for commerce students as well as art students. So technology is no more a specialization of science students or technical students, what we used to call. So to that extent, there is a big change which has happened, and we need to expect that even commerce student also should know what is coding, what is programming, and all those things. So if you are not learning all these skills right, end of the day, you will be out of race for any type of position in any market. So technology is something which is very important. Working from front end is not so ideal today. You need to do some part in testing and also work in the back end also. That's become very important. So most of the colleges teach Tally or SAP or Oracle Financials. They think that that's accounting. Today, yes, that's also accounting software, but more than that, there are other things which are developed in the market, wherein the industry will be looking at such type of skill sets in you people when you go and search for a job. Or when you want to start your own consulting firm, or when you want to set up your own business, you should be familiar with technology. So I think you might have realized. So if I compare with you in terms of technology, I'm very much backward. If you compare your skill set with technology with your younger generation, still you are backward, because they know much better than what we know. Correct? Will you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
The 4th and 5th standard students, they know better usage of mobile and internet than what we do. Correct? So this is how the technology is changing, because they are getting adapted to the new technology at a very faster stage than what we are adopting. So it's become very vital and important that we all of us should, whether we like or not, we need to run this race. We need to be part of this race in order to see ourselves self-positioning in the role, whatever we are getting in future. So the concept of working as an accountant, okay, like senior accountant, account officer, all these things have gone now. Okay, there is nothing called as such type of roles exist anymore in business today. So they will be looking at analyst, okay, researches like that. So then the wording itself has changed according to the agility skills which are developing in the profession today. So I think architects are the new word what they are using in accounting and finance domain. Solution architects. Such type of role has become very important. So today, whenever you are going to any interviews or a job, first and foremost thing they will be asking is, don't bring your CVs. Okay, we don't give job looking at how much you have scored in your degree or whatever it is. Tell me what are the skill sets you pursue. What is that skill sets you are having in you? Okay, so most of the things what they will be expecting is creativity skill, analytical skill, and logical thinking skills. These are the very important skills. And more you use technology, right? You get these type of skills upgraded in yourself. So you need to ensure yourself that if you are lagging behind still now, there is a time for you to cope up with those things and get yourself upgraded with the technology, with the skill sets, new skill sets, what the market looks at. See, even last 2 months back, I completed a course in Python. So you may ask, why, sir, you are a consultant, why do you require all these skill sets? It's very much required for me. Okay, I need to also get upgraded with the skill sets. It's not that only students or those who are looking for job needs to get updated. Because tomorrow when I go to the client and when I want to give some advice or when I want to pull some data and find out what are the information required for me to conduct an audit or to give some consultancy advice, right? I need to first know how to analyze the data. So that data analysis can be done through various softwares like Python and Anaconda and all those things. These are not snakes. Okay, these are new testing things or designing things which has come up for data analytics type of tools, which you need to be aware of. So if you're a person who hates maths or who hates physics or something like that, who hates numbers basically, then it's very difficult for you to get placed in a better role in the coming years. So you need to develop some interest in maths, logical thinking, and analysis. Okay. So if you go to any big companies, right, even now the big four is also started adopting a system wherein they want to first conduct some test on you, then they will ask you to bring your CV and all those things. First attend our test. If you clear the test, then only we can look into your CVs and all those things. So CV is not a criteria now. That is your whatever the marks you score in your degree or whatever the accomplishment you have done in your degree and all those things, that's not the major thing. The major thing which is important is how rationally you think and how fast you can adapt to the technology change and how you can respond to the market. That's very important. So these are the skill sets which you need to develop yourself, either through your own practices, because a lot of online courses are available you can take, or through college mode, because a lot of colleges have already introduced a lot of additional skill sets related programs as a value addition programs, right? They have already added. So make use of that opportunity and try to focus more on that. Okay, so that's my advice for you, because technology is something what you need to imbibe, even though you like or not, you should. That's the today's requirement which is there in the market. So coming back to the accounting profession is going for a big transformation. It has already gone, but in India we are finding it at a very slow pace. But if you go to US and European countries, right, they have gone for already a lot of transformation in accounting and taxation process. So India is slowly following that process. And today we are also become one of the very important hub for technology innovation in accounting and taxation related activities. So that's how things are moving. And today presentation I will be focusing only on those things which are very important and relevant for you in the coming days. So when I talk about accounting, so whatever we studied accounting when we were in college and post graduations, right, that is not the accounting today what it is. And what you people are studying accounting, right, that is not the accounting what is actually there in the market today. Okay, the university syllabus needs to be updated and upgraded. But thanks for NEP. NEP has brought some revolutionary changes in your way of or the approach of how you adapt to the changes. So that's actually, I think these people are also in NEP, right? Their syllabus is also, no. Oh, okay. So I think you lost that fruitfulness of what the NEP used to get, right? That I think you people have lost that. But don't worry, time is there. So 24 hours is there in day. Okay, you can plan accordingly and you can learn these skill sets. It's not difficult. Only thing is, if you have interest, definitely you can get through this. Only thing is, you need to pull out time from the 24 hours. So that's left to you. How do you plan your 24 hours a day? Okay. So coming back to the companies, corporates, one of the important thing what corporate is looking at is how to go for transformation in their books of accounts, how to make the changes. That is first thing. Second thing is, what are the resource people they want to hire in order to match their requirements. So you might have studied some concepts, but that may not be relevant when you go to the job, because the job may ask for a different profile wherein they will be looking at some specific areas which you might not have worked on or which you might not have been trained on. But there is no system called as training or probationary or something like that. That concept of probationary has vanished today. So when we were going to college, right, whenever we used to get some opportunities to work for some companies, whichever companies we joined, right, they used to give us 15 days training or 15 days handholding or something like that. Sorry. But today, that type of handholding is no more required. So they want ready product. The entrepreneurs want ready product available in the market. So whenever they want to hire someone, right, that person should be ready, really available for him so that he can come tomorrow and he should work on the job, whatever has been assigned to him. So there is no concept of training, handholding, probationary period, all those things. So that is what the industry expects today. So are we ready for that? That you can only introspect and you can see whether you really have that type of skill what the market is looking at. So today, if you see the banking job, right, banking job 15 years back used to be dominated by commerce students. But today, the banking job is dominated by whom? Engineers. Whichever bank you go, 60 to 70% of them will be engineers. So they don't know debit and credit. You people have studied debit and credit for last 5 years. 3 years in your degree, 2 years in your pre-university. But those people don't know any debit and credit, but they are good in managing accounts in banks. It's not required. That's what I'm telling you. But they are sharp enough to grab things. They are very good in analytics. They know how to analyze a situation and how to find solution for those things. So if it requires 5 years to learn accounting right, for engineers it takes only 6 months for them to learn what is accounting. That's how their mind is grabbing things like that. Okay, so they are the people who are dominating in a lot of markets today, even in SAP consulting, financial consulting in SAP. If you go, it's actually the domain of commerce students. The FICO model, right, which is there for installing the financial models. Actually, it is the domain of commerce students. We need to take up that challenge. Since we people don't learn coding or we people don't show interest in understanding the technology, right, they have taken our opportunities. That is, they have learned commerce and they have taken engineers. Since they know technology, they have taken as value addition to learn accounting process, and they have taken up that type of consulting related activities in FICO model and Oracle financials, financial modeling and all those things. So today, if you go to KPMG and even E&Y and all those big four, right, they have started hiring engineers for their financial planning consulting. Because the data involves there is big data analysis, where you need to take the data from the market and try to analyze and find out the forecasting of budgets and forecasting of your expenses and all those things. So they are good in coding those things, and they are trying to find out the extracts from all these things. See, these are all our roles being snatched by technical people. So only thing what we need to do now is, since we have already have a domain expertise of accounting, finance and taxation, only thing what we are lagging is in terms of technology. So if you can also join the technology, if you can also learn the technology, which is equally available for all today. No one asked you that you should be a science graduate or in +2 you should have studied science in order to learn this particular software training program and all those things. No one asked for you. Only thing is, you should be equipped to learn. You should show some interest. Initially, it will be very difficult. Okay, instead of learning Tally, all those things, better to shift for such type of things and get upgraded yourself so that you get a better job and better opportunities once you complete your graduation. So today, the technology revolution has taken place in such a that even MIT's online courses, Microsoft online courses are available for a very competitive price online. The only thing is, how do you take out your 24 hours of time, use the time into some value additions are very important. So try to learn these skill sets. So technology, don't fear that it is no more a concept for science students. It's equally for all of you. So unless and until if you don't know technology, it's very difficult for you to get good opportunities in the market in the coming years. So try to learn more and more technology. Okay. So this is what is happening. The transformation of industry from the year 1700, that is the first industrial revolution, what we call it as. So it was more of mechanization which took place. That was the first time when they started using machines. Okay, that was the first revolution which took place in the industry, and it went on for almost 180 years. So see the gap of it, how much it took from one revolution to another revolution to transform. So it took almost 180 years to transfer from mechanization to electrification. So electrification happened in 1870, and the first one was 1700. It took almost 170 years, okay, for you to transform from one level to another level. The second and third revolution from electrification to automation, it took almost 90 years. See the gap, it is coming down now. So from 170 years, it came down to 90 years. Okay, so from electrification to automation, it took only 90 years. And from third to fourth, it took only 51 years. Okay, so fourth revolution started from 2011. But in 2019, we have already moved to the fifth revolution. So from fourth to fifth, we have already moved. This is the area when digitalization took place. This is the area when a lot of things started happening across the globe. But in India, we saw this effect only at the later part. That is from 2014 onwards. So after 2014, when the digital revolution took place in India, especially in terms of ease of doing business and integrating the technology to the ease of doing business. So you might have experienced how many mobile users are there in India, how many internet users are there in India. Go to any remote place, people use internet. So GST is one of the biggest successful model today, especially in terms of driving the networking, which is spread across all the states of India and union territories. So people were thinking that it was very difficult to transform the technology throughout India, because before the GST came into picture, right, our indirect tax regime, we had only few states which had embedded technology in their activity. VAT only in states like us. Change the India's future. So today, everything GST working close in order to fix this system of bringing the changes across India through one tax, one nation system. So I'll come back to GST in the later part when I talk about taxation changes, what has taken place. So the Industrial Revolution 5.0 is more of personalization, wherein relationship has become more important in 5, wherein in 4.0 it was digitalization which was more important. So digitalization has transformed the entire business today. So whatever you do, whatever the activities you are into, right? So digitalization has taken over the entire seamless flow of activities across the organization. So it's not only the accounting or financial role which is getting changed, even entire system of how the management used to look like, that entire thing has changed now. So any country, you can sit and do any activities you want just because of the digitalization of system. So today, everything is on your mobile. So all your softwares can be integrated on mobile. Your accounting softwares can be integrated on mobile. Tally has that option. So you can work on Tally on your mobile now. No need to go to your system, sit in front of the system and do it, or carry laptop with you. If you have a mobile, you can work, integrate, make the payments. Everything can be done on your mobile phone itself. I don't think they have taught you Tally on mobile phone, right? So you are lagging behind again in technology. Tally has introduced a lot of changes. Okay, they are going for a little bit of changes in the coming days also. So next week we are seeing another development in Tally applications where it is linking to income tax also. So your GST is now getting linked to your income tax in Tally software. So coming back to what are the growing skills, please focus on this. Growing skills, these are the skills what is expected in the coming year. So by 2025, this is what they are expecting the job market to look like. Okay, these are the skills what they are. And technology design and programming. See, this is a very important thing which I was focusing on. Okay, so in India, upgrading from one skill to another skill takes average 45 days. But in China, it takes only 8 days. They can upgrade to any type of skill sets within 8 days. But in India, we take 45 days to upgrade to the next skill sets. This is where we cannot compete with China. Okay, this is where, even though one way where we have competed successfully is what? Population. So we will be overtaking China in the next year. Okay, so we'll be crossing 143 crore in the next year. That we have done. But 5% of population is in the youth. But are we able to compete with China, where China are more in China? But India has the advantage of young population. Average median age in India is 28 years now. In China, it is 37 years. So there, yes, definitely we have some leverage. Are we able to compete there? That's the very important thing which can end up us with becoming a $5 trillion economy in the next 2 years. And those things are there in your hand. You are the people who should do all these things. Okay, so the fourth, whatever it's mentioned, right? It's not ranking, whatever 1, 2, 3 ranks. It's not ranked. I'm talking about what are the important skill sets. And the fourth important skill set is what we are focusing today. So these skill sets are there in everyone. Okay, each one of you have these skill sets. Only thing is you have not explored that. Okay, unless someone tells you, like Hanuman, right? Hanuman never knew that he can bring Sanjeevani Parvata from somewhere where he don't know the place. But he could do it, right? Because he did not know what is his capability and strength. And all of them told that, yes, you are the person, you know, you are the capability. You have the strength. Then only he thought, yes, I can grow that. I can become a big man. I can fly. I can do everything. Even without knowing where that, there was no GPS system at that point of time. They told that there is a Sanjeevani which is available somewhere in Himalaya. Go and get it. So and they gave also the timeline there. You need to come back before sunset. So he was able to do it. So that type of capability, strengths, everything is there in you. Only thing is you need to explore it out. So you are the right person to estimate. It should not go waste tomorrow. Okay. So try to engulf your resume with some changes, especially adding some skill sets relating to technology. Join for some software development course. Learn C++. That's the mother of all languages, programming languages. Start with C++. Then go on to do advanced programming. Okay, C is the basic. Start at least learning C++. That's a concept which you need to start doing for your development. Okay, don't learn whatever is there in the market. Okay. So this is one thing what I wanted to focus. Technology, design, and programming is very important. So it's not only for accountants or it's not only for technology people, it's for everyone. Then job families in decline and on the rise. You can see what is declining. Okay, what is on the rise? Architecture and engineering, computer and mathematical, management, business and finance operations. See, this is a trend which is going up now. Okay, business and financial operation is a trend which is going up other than engineering. Okay, the second preference, what people are now looking at is they want someone who can handle their financial process, their financial matters in a better way today. Okay, so that's a very important thing, business and financial operations, which you need to focus more on. This is one of the surveys which was done by Deloitte and IMA International Management Accountants last year. Nearly 7% automated. See what they told. More than 90% of the respondents indicated they feel the level of transactional processing will either somewhat or more analytic over the next 5 years. So that means today. They want their accounting and finance things to change. They want to move it to the next level where they want to enhance their skill sets, especially in terms of how effective and how efficiently you deliver your deliverables to your stakeholders. That's a very important question that has been thought of now. So you have huge data. How do you culminate that huge data into a reportable structure, and how effectively you can bring those changes so that you can transform the business into a better place. That's what is required now. So the first important development which has taken place is RPA, which is called as robotic process automation in accounting. See, RPA is one thing which IBM has done it. IBM is doing it in US, and it has transformed many of the process in India also now. So IBM India automated most of their financial processes, wherein a single touch on the screen of your account and billing process. So today billing process involves a lot of procedural aspects, and because of the criticality involved in that, and because of the various tax compliances which are involved in that, right? So billing is a very important process wherein sometimes the company end up in paying twice for the same customer. Double payment may happen, or some critical invoices may not be paid, because of which it involved penalty clause. Huge penalty clause are there in today's contract. So such systems are there wherein it is very difficult for human intervention to know all these issues. And there are chances that error may pop up during that particular point of time, at the time of releasing the invoice on hold or processing the invoice on time and all those things. So for example, if you are dealing with some defense industries, right? Defense industries are very critical in their expectation on the processing of invoice side. So if you don't make their payment on time, it may attract huge penalty and levies. Or similarly, utility bills, or if you don't pay gas or water bill on time, then they may come and disconnect your lines, or they may stop electricity supply or stop water supply or gas supply to you. So it has become very critical to find out which are the invoices which needs to be picked up on the next payment batch run, and how to make the payments on time. These are all very critical things which cannot be judged only by human factor. For let us say that person who was supposed to do did not turn up on that particular day, or he came to the employment or job but he could not work because of ill health or something like that. So then how do you manage such things which are of the routine nature, where things needs to be cleared on day-to-day basis? Then robotic automation is one thing which can help you out there. So most of the companies which deals with huge volume of invoices, with huge volume of reimbursement claims or expenses, right? They have gone for automation now. So automation is something which they do it where the process is of a regular in nature. Okay, if it is a regularly to be done activity every day and night, then better to do it automative, so that the system automatically picks those things and starts processing on its own, instead of depending on the human intervention to do it. So this will lead for time saving and also the accuracy. Accuracy is the very important thing. Time saving is the second important thing, and using of that FT for other things, right? It will be very optional now. So these are the things which has transformed the world, especially in this RPA. So RPA works on these things. One is labor shortage. Many people doesn't want to involve indirect labors. So accountants are indirect people, right? Working directly in manufacturing or whatever it is. So when importance to wages. Why wages? Because wages are those people who are working directly in production, who are there converting raw materials to finished product. One day if they don't turn up, right, it will impact production. But one day if accountant doesn't turn up, it doesn't impact any production. So labor is one factor which is a very important thing. And wherever labor shortage is there, better to go for automation. So most of the companies have gone for this automation of processing their accounting system, especially in terms of where huge volumes of invoice or huge volumes of claims, expense claims, all this needs to be processed at the regular intervals. They have gone for automation. So how this automation work is very simple. You just need to turn on the system. Once the system is turned on, you need to just click one button. That's it. The entire system operates from its backend and tries to pick the invoices, expenses, all those things according to the criteria, whatever you have recorded through some programming. And based on that, it makes the payment, it clears the account, it reconciles, it does everything. Okay, it's not only just picking the payment and sending for payment, it does even the reconciliation also. End to end is done through this RPA. Okay, it's a very important tool. IBM has already started doing it. Almost all across the globe has been integrated with this RPA process. So still we are finding it now. New companies have started following RPAs. So don't worry, it's not loss of job. If RPAs comes, it is not loss of job. Only thing is it's upgrading your skill sets, which is very important. So commerce has always demand, whatever the technology may come, because only thing is the scope of work is changing and you need to get adapted to that scope of work. It's not loss of, you don't lose job when automation happens. That's a wrong perception many of them have in the market. Computerization has taken away their accounting job. No. Only thing is, if you don't learn technology, your job is at stake. If you learn technology, you can also be part of the revolution. Okay, so don't be of that skeptical view of that if technology is there, it takes away your job and all those things. No, it is actually giving you an opportunity to go for a better job. Okay, take it in a holistic way and try to upgrade yourself instead of underestimating yourself in the skill sets and trying to justify your reason that you don't qualify for doing that. So don't do that. Okay, that's not advisable. Then service deliveries are very important because client expects that the time frame under which you need to deliver to him in terms of payments or in terms of honoring the contracts or whatever it is, they expect that they have a very good terms of service with you. So especially when the BPO and ITS companies are working with outsourcing, right? Service lines or service timelines have become very important. Because if you miss SLA, right, then you will be penalized for that. So every SLA missing will be penalized, okay, for you not following that particular timelines. So service level agreements or service delivery agreements are based on this type of things. So automation will help in giving better service to your client, so which will help you in moving better work to you in future also. So relationship building is what Industry 5.2 I talk about, right? So that relationship building is very important, and RPA helps in building that relationship. Then regulatory compliance, this is one of the very, very important today, because compliance comes with lot of and interest for not following the compliances. For example, GST liability return needs to be filed by 20th of every successive month. If you don't do it, then penalty starts from the day you violate it. So today penalty is fixed on daily basis. Every day you violate, you need to end up with paying penalty. So MCA is one area, Ministry of Corporate Affairs, that where you upload your ROC, right? Returns, every annual returns of your company, right? So their penalty is 200 rupees per day. In this budget, government also increased to 500 rupees for any violation in TDS, right? So in this budget, they have increased that. 500 rupees per day they have increased. So you end up with paying huge penalty if you don't follow compliances. So any company, that not only that, compliances have another type of impact where you get your score. Just like how you get your CIBIL score, right? For not honoring your bank checks or something like that, you get a negative score there. Your score will reduce to 300 or 250 like that, where tomorrow when you go to market in search of credit cards or debit card, no one will be interested to give you anything. Similar to that, even in corporate also, in tax matters, we have something called as compliance rating system. This comes under section 149 of GST law. Very important, wherein each and every transaction of you, if you are violating, you will be recorded in red. So you will be recorded accordingly in your business transaction. And tomorrow, whenever you want, someone wants to do business with you, right? If you find that you are in red, that means you have not followed the compliance properly. You are not a trustworthy person to do business with. So these things are there already in Western countries. Western countries, when they select their clients, right, they select based on scorings. In India, we didn't do all these things, but now India is also driving towards identifying better clients. So if I want to set up a business, I want to do business with someone, I first see whether the credit worthiness of that person is good or not. So how he has transformed over a period of time. So whether it is good for me to give credit to him or fix only cash limit to him. So that's how business needs to be done today. Because if you go by GST law, right, GST law clearly says the because you have selected your customer, you have selected your supplier. So supplier and customer showed to them. So that's governance is also a very important thing. Digital transformation, I think we have explained a lot of things on digital transformation already on that. So top RBA use classes in accounting. So where we can, yeah. Okay. Okay. So what are the uses of RPA in accounting? These are the areas. Payroll management, we use automation. Accounts receivable, automation is there already. And financial reporting, planning and forecasting, very important. Highly payable job that is. Okay, even there also automation has already gone. Tax compliance, expense reporting, inventory management, intercompany reconciliations. See, these are the area where automation has taken place. So automation has taken place to go in these areas, and this has resulted in a lot of advantages to the company. So if you are a person who are thinking that these are opportunities which are there, then technology is something which you need to be aware of. Then what are the main benefits of RPA, that is automation process? First one is it reduces error. That is a very important thing, because every error what you do, you need to come serious errors. So client expects that there should not be any error in the process, and the magnitude of error will be allowed only for 1 or 2 cases, but not more than that. So by doing RPA, your error level will come down. That's very important. Ensure compliance. I told you compliances are very important because it may attract lot of penalty, or it may even give your compliance rating system in negative. So in order to avoid those things, RPA is again thought to be one of the mode where we can reduce errors. Then time efficiency, very important. Time is very critical in business. So how efficiently and effectively you manage time is become very relevant now. Then improve customer service. If you are a BPO or if you are a third party outsourcing client, right, then definitely they expect you to give a very good service. That is Industry 5.0. Industry 5.0 is more of how do you build a relationship with your clients. Client will be happy only if you can deliver the results within time. Okay. And cut costs, that's a key thing which is there in today. So if you want to be competitive and if your business wants to be sustainable in today's competitive world, only thing which is required is how effectively and efficiently you can bring down the cost. Because price is decided in the market. So you cannot play with the price. Price is already dictated by market. Market says that this is the price. So only option left to you is how good are you bringing the cost down. So once you bring down the cost, your profit will go up. So if you don't bring down your cost, your profit will be down. That means you suffer loss. So it is profit, then bring down the cost. If you want to bring down the cost, try to improve your system or process by bringing change of these type of things, introducing these types of things in your system, accounting system. Then centralized data, that's very important, because today we have distribution system. Your client, your offices are spread across geographical locations. So how do you get your information? Okay, so there are a lot of processes are going, but consolidation needs to happen at your registered office. That is your corporate office. So how do you do with the decentralized data? So that is how it can help in bringing all the decentralized data into a central form. So how can it be done? By using a system which is common to all the regions. you can design a system and you can integrate that system into a central accounting system. So next advanced thing is cloud accounting. What is cloud accounting? Cloud accounting works online, giving you access to accounting information anytime, anywhere. That's a very important thing. So today, there is no need for you to keep a system in your office and start working on that. So there is no need for you to keep a server at a specific place and start maintaining the server. So you can use the cloud platform, which is available at a very cheap cost and which is very highly secured and which is maintained by the third party. So to that extent, you can use that system on your mobile phone or on anywhere, sitting at anywhere you can do your accounting work. No need that you need to go to office, work 8 hours, 10 hours in office. Okay, on that particular system, if the office is closed, you need to see that you need to go there, open up the door, go there, sit and work. Nothing is there like that. So everything is on cloud platform today. And the platform is such that it is disintegrated so that anyone can access the cloud environment at any point of time, anywhere in the world. So things have become very fast now. So data, as soon as you make some entry, all the systems within a fraction of seconds. So you know as and where things happen. So rows change in accounting process, and accordingly your standards have also been redesigned. Some of the standards have been redesigned based on the adoption of cloud accounting. So there has become an audit trial point also. Since I am working in auditing, I would like to say that even there are some changes in auditing standards wherein they have told us how to do auditing in cloud environment. So we have something called as cloud environment or auditing practices, wherein we need to be attentive. Okay. So we need to understand what is happening and where that error started with. Cloud accounting is a highly systematized way of the accounting process in a place where you get a very keeping those servers and maintaining those servers and everything. It's very easy for you to work in a cloud environment because one is highly sophisticated technologies are placed in this cloud environment. Very competitive prices are offered in this cloud environment. Data is secure. They follow all the security policies and they ensure that your data doesn't go for any theft. And also, it's available at a very nominal price. So what are the benefits? These are user friendliness, organization security is the main thing, because a lot of times we see that very critical information to and manipulate the data. So you need to set up the data properly. Else unnecessary, you may be given credit worthiness score 5 and credit limit may be enhanced without your knowledge. So that will have a very impact on when it goes to the credit sales activities are concerned. So many companies have this issue. Someone has changed the credit score and thereby the customer who was not worth enough to give credit, they have been given credit. Somebody has gone to the security, breached the security, and they have manipulated the system. So that type of their system is there in normal circumstances. But if you adopt to the cloud environment, it is highly secure data. So everything goes with a security network. So no one can enter the data unless you have the authorization to do it. So yes, now cloud platforms are given by some companies which are highly recognized companies. Okay, they have taken some lot of security audits. They have cleared a lot of tests by international bodies like INFA is there, IFAB is there, and also like the cyber authorities. They take permission from cyber authorities and all those things. So you can rely with such type of companies. Okay, so you can see their certification, network certification, and also their service certifications. So based on that, you can enter into a contract for cloud accounting. So reliability is there. Paperless, that's what today environmental or climate change where we are fighting with. So one of the biggest challenges is how we reduce the dependency on paper. So you might have seen how the government this time went for a lot of changes, wherein they even not printed their calendars and diaries. They told that everything will go digital. What for? Even the finance minister made the budget speech on her laptop, right? She never used that document, paper document, which used to be circulated across the entire parliamentarians. Always they used to circulate. There are 545 members in parliament, right? And 235 in Rajya Sabha. So enormous printing. The document will be around 120 pages. See how much page they have saved without printing those things. They have gone with digital. Budget was digital this time. The government is taking so much steps to make it paperless. So even a lot of your activities are also going paperless, right? So it's the world which we are changing, because paper, if you want to use one length of paper, right, you need to cut so many trees. So recycling of paper is one thing what you are doing, and cutting of trees, avoiding cutting of trees can be done only if you go through technology. So cloud environment works on paperless environment. Not only that, if you are raising invoice manually, right, what happens then? You need to keep those invoices in a record. As per GST law, you need to keep that invoices for 7 years. 7 years you need to keep that invoices. So they have given one condition that you can keep the invoices in electronic format also. So no need to keep the paperless invoices. So if you keep paper invoices, 7 years you need to go for a big rack. Okay, you need to go for storing of data. You need to take insurance for that, because if any fire happens and if your data get destroyed, again fire insurance needs to be taken. See, a lot of additional cost you need to incur if you go for that. But if you go for cloud environment, right, everything goes paperless. No need for you to go and take everything on paper. Okay, so paperless, maintaining relationship, ease of access, affordability, understanding your financial position. So cloud environment, as I told, it works on real time. So if you do any small changes in your business, right, or in your accounting process, when you pass a debit entry, automatically everything gets updated within fraction of second. The person who is sitting in US can easily verify all your records there, sitting there. So earlier, this never used to happen. We used to upload, we used to download it to Excel or PDF form. Then we used to attach and we used to send it to him. Later on, he will verify, and all those line items you need to verify it. See how much time it consumes. But now it is real time. Whatever he updates, you can see that. So virtually within fraction of seconds. So that's the advantage of going for that. Next important thing is blockchain. How many of you have heard about blockchain? Anyone can tell me what is blockchain? Where is this technology most commonly used? Cryptocurrency. Is it legal to use blockchain or is it illegal? Huh? Is it legal or illegal? You know one thing, Andhra government has used this blockchain technology for entire land records. In Andhra, the entire land records has used blockchain technology. So blockchain is one important thing. Yes, its application is there in cryptocurrency. Don't think it's only in cryptos it is there. Today, even legal things, central government DigiLocker system, everything is going on blockchain. Okay, so blockchain technology can be used anywhere. Okay, so it's one of the highly secured way of doing the transactions, wherein it gets distributed. It's called as distributed ledger system. The other name for blockchain is DLS, distributed ledger system. So that means those people who are in the network can easily see what is happening. But who can make the changes? Only those people for whom the access has been given. The primary keys, who has that primary key only can make that transaction complete. So it's a highly secured network, but there are people who have already cracked this also. Okay, so we call it as highly secured. It cannot be what is the other name for cracking here? Hackers. Okay, hackers. Sorry. See, they've told that it cannot be hacked, but people have showed that even it can also be hacked. See, hacking can be possible as per the people who develop this technology. Right? What they say is hacking is possible, provided that if you have shared the information. If you have not shared the information, or if you have not kept that security in the public domain, like in your WhatsApp or on your desktop of your computers or somewhere like that, right? Then it cannot be hacked. So they have told that also. It can be hacked provided you have not properly kept the keys with you. So highly secure, they say. Okay, there are a lot of frauds which has happened here also using blockchain technology. But only thing is, compared to other technologies, this is the only thing where they say that it is highly secured. Okay, even though there are cases, but it may be because of the negligence of people who are using the technology. They might have shared the password, or they might have created that and put it in the wallets and all those things. Because of that, the password is getting used by someone else, the password, and transfer the entire amount in their account. So that has happened. So today, the revolutionary technology in accounting is blockchain. Blockchain uses distribution ledger system, wherein your double accounting system has been replaced by triple accounting system now. The new concept, what you studied in your first PUC was double accounting system. You know single entry, double entry, but you did not know what is triple entry. So now accounting is triple entry system. Okay, wherein whatever the transaction you do of accounting, wherever that accounting is related, right, even it goes and makes the changes there also. So earlier, debit and credit were the only things which used to change. Now the relevance and importance of where debit and credit goes, right, even that also gets changed, like cash flow statements, okay, internal reporting statements, budgets, your budgets and financial projections, everything gets changed. Once you make change in one aspect of your accounting, right, it goes and it's everything. That's why it's called as triple accounting system. So earlier, whatever you do the changes, it goes and it's your debit and credit only. But manually, you need to go and do the budgeting and all those things. Now that is not required. So once you hit your accounts, it automatically changes your budgets also. So that's the beauty of going for blockchain technology. It's a triple accounting system wherein it caters to the need of all the stakeholders who are there in that network. So once you create a block and add that block to your network, right? So all those network people will have access to whatever the changes is taking place on the real time. So if you change the accounting today, within fraction of seconds, the block gets created and it gets distributed to all the people in your network, and all the network people will be able to access your data at the real time. So it may be lawyers, it may be shareholders, it may be your bankers who are there in the network, whoever it is. It's not that only accounts receivable, accounts payable, which is hitting. It's what happened here? Okay, next one is big data. So this is where the things are changing. Every day it's changing. So two people, you stand in front of your gate and try to book Ola. Okay, try to book your Ola for the same time you book, and see what are the rate which gets displayed on each of your mobile phones. Why that is happening? Any idea? Try ಮಾಡಿದಿರೇನಪ್ಪ? ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಒಂದೇ ರೇಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಇಬ್ರಿಗೂ? ಇಬ್ರಿಗೂ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ರೇಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದೇ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ, ಒಂದೇ ಟೈಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ, ಬಟ್ ರೇಟ್ಸ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಬೇರೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕದು? Yes, very good. Someone told frequent usage. Good. Then demand and supply. But both of you are doing it for the same place in the same time, right? Requirement or what are the other things they look into? Any idea? Time consuming. See, they have each and every information about you. They have each and every information. What is your preference? What do you like? What is your income? Are you a student? Are you a professional? Everything they have. Someone is watching you without knowing who is that. Okay, so you do some browsing and see for some washing machine or something. In next 5 minutes in your Facebook, LinkedIn, everywhere the washing machine advertisement will come. That means someone is watching you behind. They know what you are trying. They know what you are doing. They have all your information. They know what is your age, what is your taste, what is your preference, everything they know. How is it possible? That's big data. That's called as machine learning. Okay, these are highly paid people. These people are highly paid. Their job is to sit and analyze. Okay, they do all this analysis. They are studying you without your knowledge. They are sitting behind you and they know what you are. Who are you? ನಿಮ್ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿಗಿಂತ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಗೊತ್ತು ಯಾರು ನೀವು ಅಂತ. ನಿಮ್ಗಿಂತಾನೆ ನಿಮ್ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿ ಬೇಡ, ನಿಮ್ಗಿಂತ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು ನೀವು ಯಾರು ಅಂತ. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಸತಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಯಾರು ಅಂತ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು ನಿಮ್ ಪ್ರಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಏನು, ನಿಮ್ ಟೇಸ್ಟ್ ಏನು, ಎಷ್ಟು ಸತಿ ಮೂವಿ ನೋಡಿದೀರಾ, ಹೋದ ವಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಾ, ಏನ್ ತಿಂಡಿ ತಿಂತಿ, everything they are tracking. Even they know how much salary you are getting, how much pocket money you are getting. How this is possible? Big data. Okay, through machine learning they are doing all these things. Okay, someone is watching you behind. So don't share a lot of your information. People are getting misled because of all these things. Someone is watching from you behind. But how this is important in accounting? How this is very important in finance? See, today the era is of data. The person who has managed the maximum data right is the leader today in the market. So this data is available for sale in the market. That's why they say don't give your PAN, don't give your bank account details, don't give your Aadhaar and all those things. If you want to give Aadhaar numbers where there is XXX and all those things, right? Finally 3 numbers will appear. Give such type of things. Don't give your don't take the photo of your Aadhaar card and send it. Okay, so there are a lot of frauds which are happening. People are watching you. People know from which bank account you are transacting. Everything they know. Just to share one small information about what happened to my friend last month, right? So he went to a Kotak Bank ATM and he wanted to withdraw the money. Okay, he holds a current account. From his business account, he wanted to withdraw money. So he withdraw his money and his current account balance was minimum you need to maintain 10,000 rupees in current account. So as soon as he withdraw, it came down to some 5,000 or 6,000, less than 10,000. You know what happened immediately? He got a SMS from IndusInd Bank saying that our credit limit, what we offer is less than 5,000. Why don't you open account with us? See how fast the networking is. He withdrew from Kotak Mahindra ATM some amount which is less than his minimum limit, what is available as per the rules under current account. Immediately he is getting a message from IndusInd Bank saying that open a current account with us for 5,000 rupees minimum balance. Then who is doing all these things? You have shared your mobile number somewhere. They have taken that and they are doing the analysis. So some people are sitting and they are doing all these things. They are the people who have been paid huge money. And this is where your Anaconda, Python, all these things comes here. This is the software which talks about all the permutation and combination of statistical methods. You apply a lot of statistical theories in Anaconda and Python when you develop this. And this will make your brain work. Okay, that's why analytical skills are very important. So tomorrow when you go and join some big 4 companies or some other companies, IT companies or some big companies, let us say you go and join as a project specialist or a tax specialist or an accounting specialist. They call it a specialist role. So please understand what specialist mean. It's not account officer. It's not accounts associate. They are hiring you as specialist. That means why they gave you that word specialist. That means you are specialized in that particular area of accounting. They don't debit entry for this. What is credit entry for this? They give you a scenario and ask you to find out what is the solution. If I ask you a question like this, how many cars are there in Bangalore? What will be your answer? How many cars are there in Bangalore? How many 4-wheeler cars are there in Bangalore? I'm asking you a question. Now a number, you need to tell me some figure. 25 lakhs, very good. What is infinity here? Nothing is infinity here. Whatever you have manufactured, only such car should be there, right? How can it be infinity? Huh? 3 lakhs, 25 lakhs, then Google ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸಿಗಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ಇದು. ಗೂಗಲ್ ಗುರು ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಡಿ. ತಲೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. ತಲೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಗೂಗಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಯ್ತು. How many cars? I'm asking a simple question. Huh? To be honest, the person who asked also doesn't know. Okay, he also doesn't know how many. How can I say here how many cars are there? I'm not asking how many cars are there in Bangalore. I asked you how many cars are there in Bangalore. Someone told 25 lakhs. Yes, I go with that number. He's correct. Someone told 3 lakhs. Even they are also correct for me. But what I asked the next question, right? That's very important. Justify your answer, I'll ask. You told 25 lakhs. Justify your answer. Tell me, how did you arrive at 25 lakhs? That is critical thinking. If you can convince me by saying what is the method or what is the methodology you adopted in order to tell that answer of 25 lakhs, I want to hire people like you. I don't want someone first rank Raju. First rank Raju before interval, not after interval. Okay, I don't want to hire first rank Raju because I don't want the person with 96% without knowing anything. Okay, but I want someone with 30%, but he can answer this question to me. Because I know this is a guy who can carry my business to the next level. Okay, so justify that answer. Okay, so you need to tell how many cars are there. Then they'll ask question like, okay, there is a swimming pool, so much size, with height, dimension, all those things. Now I want to put pebbles into that swimming pool. Tell me how many pebbles I need to use. See, this is not a science subject or a science question. It's a common sense. You need to apply that logic and come out with the answer. They are not expecting the exact answer. They are trying to find out how good are you in your thinking. How can you think and respond to that? Okay, so that type of skill sets are very much required in today's business. Your big data analysis helps you in building that skill sets because you learn a lot of statistical tools in that. Statistics, that skewness, kurtosis, mean, median, average, mode, standard deviation, all these things are very important. The application of that becomes here. It's not only to do a research project and bring tables and all those things. When you do Python, when you do this Anaconda and all these type of things, right, then you will realize there, okay, how important the data can be broken down and how informative it can be in your business application. Data is huge, but how do you drill down the data for a usable platform? There, critical accounting skills are required. Okay, there you need to apply your accounting skills because volume of information is more. You are getting a lot of information from a lot of platforms. But how do you drill down to your usable platform? That's very important. So big data analysis is one more area where accounting process is required, and it's going for huge transformation in accounting system because of huge data which is coming up. And how do you prioritize the data, and how do you consider the data of your clients, how you make the data very informative and presentable form, right? That becomes very critical. So client expects to have good relations, especially when you're doing outsourcing job for third-party clients in finance and accounts, right? This big data becomes a very important thing, because value addition is something very important. It's not whatever you have accepted in SLAs, that is service level agreements or TO or terms of reference, whatever you have agreed upon, right? That is not the only intention what you are supposed to do, but how effective you do it is very important. What are the value you are adding to your clients? That's very important. That's very required at this point of time. Okay, so that can be done through big data analysis because of huge information which you are collecting. From that, you are trying to find out the solution for your accounting activities. So next is artificial intelligence. So I think most of you know about AI. So what is AI? What is the next level of AI? There are three types of AI. One is, what are the first level of AI which we have already passed through? What is the first level of AI which we have already passed through? Automatic intelligence. Example, your first level of automatic intelligence which came up, your GPS tracking. Your GPS tracking was the first automatic intelligence. It's called as automatic intelligence, AI. Now we are in artificial intelligence. What is the next level of AI? It's called as augmented intelligence. See, there are three stages in. Hey, ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತಿರೋರು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅಟೆಂಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿರಪ್ಪ. ಈಗ ನನಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂತ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. ಮುಂದೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಹುಡ್ಕೋರು ನೀವು. ಸೆಪ್ಟೆಂಬರ್ ಯಾವ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಜನವರಿ ಫೆಬ್ರವರಿ ಆಗಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಕೆಲಸ ಹುಡುಕ್ಬೇಕಾತ್ ಹೋಗಿ. ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿರಿ ವಿಷಯನ. ಓಕೆ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅಟೆಂಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿರಿ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು 10-15 minutes. Fine. See, today we are in artificial intelligence. Next it will be augmented intelligence. Again, it's okay. Some of the countries have already gone through this augmented intelligence, like driverless car. Driverless car is the best example for augmented intelligence. Artificial intelligence is where man and machine works together. Augmented intelligence is where only machine works. Man doesn't play any role there. Okay, so if you go to Citibank, how many of you have accounts with Citibank? Any one of you have an account in Citibank? See, when you pick up a call in Citibank, someone will speak from there. Okay, they will answer your call. Do you think there is a receptionist who is doing all these things? It's a robot which is answering your call. If you want to meet a manager in Citibank, right, you need to pay 300 rupees for him. Or else manager, you can't meet the manager. You need to fix up an appointment. They will charge you for meeting a manager there in presence, physical presence, because everything has been automated. So all transactions of Citibanks go through online. That's why they don't have too many ATMs. They don't have too many banks, branches. Nothing is there. Everything will be handled by a robot, which is sitting in somewhere. We don't know where it is sitting. It's a virtual platform. So that robot has developed such a capacity that it can understand what is your question. It can even understand what will be your next question also. That is artificial intelligence. Okay, so next is augmented intelligence, where only machine will dominate. Man doesn't have any role to play. Driverless car is a best example for that, where there is no human intervention. Okay, Germany and all, they are using driverless car. But in India, it takes a lot of time to see all these changes. Okay, they are trying it, but very difficult in Indian traffic system and all those things to introduce all this. Okay, but we can expect or think about 3 lakh cab drivers who are there. Okay, if such things happens, what happens to the life of so many cab drivers who are depending on for their livelihood on this type of transportation and all those things. So it's highly, we cannot think now. Okay, we need to see what will happen in future. But if the entire globe demands that, then we also should adopt to it. So we cannot say that India will not adopt. So we'll be the third biggest country, right, in terms of GDP in the coming next to 2025 will be the third largest economy in the world. So if you want to retain that place, if you want to remain in that place, then definitely such type of technology advancement also we need to bring in. That's a big challenge for India actually. How we do it, it's a challenge. But we need to do it. Sustainability is very important for us. Okay, let us see what happens. Okay. So artificial intelligence is the ability of a machine to think and learn. So many times it thinks, it learns. So many of the routine processes like payable process, releasing invoice on hold. Sometimes invoice goes hold because of a lot of reasons. So those things you define in your system. So what are the reasons for which the invoice goes on hold? So I want to release the hold automatically when that particular system clears the hold. So it becomes very difficult for manually tracking this or through SAP or Oracle Financial to do this unless you run the batches and you do it. So instead of that, use artificial intelligence and give the command through the artificial intelligence software. So it automatically drives it. Okay, no need for you to go and release the hold or no need for you to go and check that. It automatically does that. So even in the compliance matters also, tax compliance, you have a lot of due dates, a lot of reports needs to be generated and shared with your clients on timelines and all those things. So it's very difficult to keep the track of all those timelines and do it. So instead of that, you use the artificial intelligence, which will trigger and automatically downloads the report and it sends via mail to those people. So income tax department use artificial intelligence. Your GST authority is using artificial intelligence. That's how they are setting the notice. So even officer doesn't know whether the notice has been sent to you. But when you pick up a call and speak to the concerned signatory who has put the sign on that, right? He says, okay, oh, you have got a notice, huh? Okay, when did you get? See, even he doesn't know when they are sending the notice. It's automatically done through the system. System automatically generates. They have given the criteria. If your criteria are not matching, it automatically picks from that and it throws a message to you saying that these are the reports which you are supposed to violate. So please answer this within such a due date. See, that's the level of artificial intelligence which is used in taxation and business today. And trust me, these things you should know. Even though you don't study in college, you should know all these things before you go to the market. Okay, you need to know all these things because no one will train you. No hand-holding. No hand-holding for you. Time is available for you. 24 hours a day, it's available for you. How do you use that time is very important. So at least now you people are in final semester, please plan your day and try to upgrade yourself because you are the right masters to know where you are lagging, where you are lacking. So if you can think where my skill sets are down, try to improvise that. Try to learn. Time is there. It's running out. Okay, don't waste even a single precious second of your precious time at this age, or else you will be out of place. Okay, be serious. Coming back to the taxation, first important thing, what has revolutionized the entire system of taxation is our GSTN. Because that was a time when many people thought that India was not ready for any online thing. But we had a success in income tax. Centralized processing center was there in income tax, wherein most of your income tax filing used to happen online. But there it is a different case because number of people who are filing income tax is very less. And those people who are filing returns are little bit educated people, or they are getting the assistance of the auditors and all those consultants, and they are filing the return there. But what about GST? GST is done by even the roadside people. Roadside vendors are also have GST numbers. So how do you expect those people also to come under digitalization? So it was a very big challenging thing. Trust me, we were part of this implementation process. Government has taken our support also. Karnataka government took our support in order to test the system. So 2017, July 1st, they wanted to launch GST. Okay. Till June 15th, the server was not ready. Okay. So the testing it was given to Infosys. Infosys was the people who were asked to do all these things. There were a lot of serious challenges which came up. Okay, especially in the form of how to reconcile the invoices. That is your purchase invoice and your sales invoice, and finally calculate what is the tax liability. So it became very challenging. So that was the time they did a lot of things, especially the support from the technical department, mainly this GST and goods and service tax, networking. Okay, they are the people who actually work day and night in order to bring the GST into reality. So as I told you, there is no manual intervention in GST. Your registration, your payment, your filing of returns, your notices, everything happens online. No need to go to department for anything. Sitting at your home, sitting in your office, sitting anywhere in this world. Just with your user ID password, you can do anything. Think about this. We started digital in only 2016. That's where when we went for digitalization. How fast we were able to pick up this system, that's very challenging. But they did it because of the support of people. That's why we call this as inclusive GST. GST was an inclusive GST because it was not only support from the government, the major support came from the people who accepted GST. So it was a bad experience after 1 year of implementation of GST. In other countries, they were forced to take back GST law because it did not work there. But in India, we successfully driven that. We have completed 5 years on July 1st now. Successfully, we have completed of GST. Almost all the system has been now stabilized, except for some small gray areas, which still needs to be fixed. They are working on that. Okay, so the big thanks goes to networking, which is driven by technology. So earlier we had central excise, we had VAT, we had service tax. Service tax was almost more of what you call software related, and it was also some of the thing which was working on the principle of networking. But two things which did not went is VAT. In most of the states, VAT did not went properly, and also in case of central excise. So there were a lot of manual forming, manual audits, everything was there. But today in GST, everything is online. Even auditing is online now. You can do the audit of GST in online. So big thanks to networking, which has helped us in form of bringing technology change in taxation. E-way bill, I think most of you might know what is e-way bill, correct? What is e-way bill? Yes, electronic way bill. What is this? What is the advantage of this e-way bill? Or why do you raise e-way bill? Huh? Input tax credit? Is it for income input tax credit you use e-way bill? What for e-way bill is used? Is it mandatory or not? Sure. No. Hey, ಓದಿರ್ಬೇಕಪ್ಪ ನೀವಲ್ಲ GST ಓದಿಲ್ವಾ ನೀವು ಬಿಕಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಓದಿದ್ದೀರಾ? e-way bill ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ? Say, e-way bill is again one of the very important development what has taken place, wherein now you can generate e-way bill through your system and you can do reconciliation online for all your supplies. This is interlinked. Okay, e-way bill is a different portal altogether. It is linked to GST portal. Okay, it helps in your supply reconciliation. And it also acts as a document for your transportation of goods from one place to another. Okay, so earlier you used to print a lot of documentations were there manually. You used to write a lot of forms. And let us say if the vehicle is coming from Delhi to Bangalore, it needs to pass through so many states. So in that process, the driver might have lost that document. So if you lose that document, then they will hold you in the check post and they will not allow you to clear the check post until you show the proper documentations in proper form also. But now that's not required. No need to carry any documentation. E-way bill comes with a QR code. If you just scan the QR code, you can know the entire history from where it has started, where it has moved, and where it is moving. Everything you can track. Okay, and this is integrated to your accounting system also. From Tally, you can generate e-way bill. So as soon as you generate a e-way bill, you can generate an invoice also automatically. See, these are the things which has developed. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಯಾರನಪ್ಪ ನಿಮಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಯಾರು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡೋಲ್ಲ, ಅಕೌಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ನಾಳೆ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆಯಿಂದ ಕೂರಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಮುಂದೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ. ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅವಾಗ? ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲದಿದ್ರೆ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡೇ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು ನೀವು ಹೆಂಗ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. Okay, simply if you go and sit in front of the system, no one will help you out there. How to pass this, how to reconcile this, if you start asking basic questions, then they will say, okay, why did I hire you then? Why I should pay 15,000, 20,000 for you? I'll hire some 10th standard student. I will train him for 2 days. I will ask him to do all this work. Why I should hire a become graduate for doing all these things there? See, as an entrepreneur, I'm more worried about my work and my cost. Cost is also important for me. If I pay 20,000, I expect a resource person with a good knowledge about accounting. Why I should unnecessarily pay 20,000 without and asking me to train again on you? Why I should pay 20,000? Instead, I'll hire some second PUC pass student who has basic knowledge of accounting. I'll train him for 1 week. I'll pay him 10,000 rupees. Possibility is there, right? Because the entrepreneur want to save cost. So you need to know all these things. Even though no one teaches you, please make some efforts to learn all these things. Okay, you can go for some auditor's office on this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and you can learn these things. Try to use your time in learning all these things. Learning never goes waste, okay? You need to learn. Okay, so that is e-way bill. E-way bill is a very important platform which has saved a lot of time, lot of transportation cost also, because no need to wait at check post. Earlier there was a concept called as check post. Every time you cover you pass from one state to another state, there was a check post, and you need to clear the check post. It may take 5 days, 6 days, 10 days, like that. Till that time your lorry needs to, your shipment will be standing there, so you don't know what happens to your shipment in rain, water, and all this sun, heat, and all those things. What happens, we don't know. So in order to save all these things, the e-way bill system has been generated online with a seamless flow from one state to another state without any check post interference. That has happened because of electronic way bill, which is a very important system generated bill. So e-invoicing, it's again a very important changes which has taken place in GST. 37 GST Council in September 2019. They came out with this initiative of going for e-invoicing system. So that means now every invoice generated, it should go pass through the government system. That is GST system. It should go there, take the concurrence from them. Then you need to issue the invoice. The copy, when you generate, right, it goes to the recipient. So if the supplier generates the invoice, it goes through the e-portal, e-invoice portal. It verifies whether the invoice is correct in all aspects, and it automatically goes, copy of the invoice goes to your recipient. That is the person to whom it should be sent. See, such is the beauty of the generating e-invoice today. So no need for you to manually send any invoice through mail or courier the invoice. Nothing is required now. So e-invoicing, when they started, it was applicable for companies which has turnover of more than 500 crores. Now they have made it from last April onwards, even for more than 50 crores. So any company aggregate turnover of mandatory to generate e-invoicing. Okay, so now whichever the software, accounting software you use, right, it has been customized so that as soon as you generate an invoice in your system, it goes and hits your e-invoicing platform, which has been maintained by through API, automatic protocol interface, it's called as. Okay, it goes there, it hits that system, it goes to the government system, where it verifies whether the invoice is in order or not, Once the invoice is ordered, it generates a QR code, and the copy of that will be sent to the supplier, and the copy will go to the recipient, and that you will even go and sit in your e-way bill also. See, system has been so easily developed now. So reconciliation happens automatically now. So as soon as you upload an invoice, it appears in your GSTR 2A. No need for you to go and upload the invoices under GSTR 1. It automatically goes and gets reflected in your GSTR 2A. See, this is the beauty of reconciliation, what is happening. It saves a lot of your time, lot of your energy, lot of your resources. Okay, earlier people used to manipulate all these things. But today, there is a system where they are integrating each and everything, where you cannot escape the system of violation, misrepresentation, fraud. Everything is getting minimized now because of technology intervention in taxation, in GST taxation. So this is what I was talking of, GST compliance rating system. So section 149 of the Act talks about compliance. What is compliance? Compliance is whether how good are you in managing all your critical systems, whether it's worthwhile for you to pass the bill or not, whether you are the right person who has done the transaction at the right point of time. All these things are available on GSTN portal now. So just clicking at this compliance rating system, they can identify easily whatever the information you have stored is correct or not, or whether how many times you paid the fine, how many times you did not file the returns on due date. Everything will appear on the screen now. So anyone who wants to do business with that person, he can take his GST number and just key in there and find his history, track the history of that person, actually what he is doing or not. So compliance rating system is a new journey to identify whether things are going in the right direction or not. Then few things in income tax which are very important, I'll just highlight and close it. Okay, the first time is e-registration. Now you can, if you have a PAN number and Aadhaar card, now if you want to link PAN with Aadhaar, you need to pay 1,000 rupees. Okay, that is the latest thing which has happened from 1st of July. So if you have a PAN number, if you want to integrate with your Aadhaar card, then you need to pay 1,000 rupees and do it. Earlier it was 500 rupees. Now you need, all students also, you people should do it now. Okay, if you have a PAN card. So if you are linking PAN with Aadhaar, you need to do it through paying a fee of 1,000 rupees. This is one of the biggest changes in technology which has happened in India. So before 2020, right, your GST did not interface with your income tax. Okay, today we have a system, whatever turnover you are declaring in income tax, GST, right, it automatically comes in your income tax turnover. So tomorrow you cannot file a return in income tax separate and GST separate. Earlier people used to do, okay, for central excise and sales tax, they used to give a different balance sheet and P&L account. For income tax, they used to disclose a different balance sheet and P&L account. They used to do it. But now you can't do it because your income tax server will take your gross receipts and turnover directly from your GST. So if you are declaring a turnover less than GST, then it is a problem under income tax. You get a notice from income tax. Or if you are not declaring a turnover what is there in GST, then income tax will send a notice. Or if you declare higher turnover in income tax and lower turnover in GST, then you will get a notice from GST saying that you have declared turnover in income tax so much crores, but in GST you have declared only so much crore turnover. What is the difference turnover? Why you are not paid GST on that? See, that is the beauty of linking your indirect tax with direct taxes. That means the servers are not now speaking to each other, which did not happen all these years. Income tax was a different server, VAT was a different server, sales tax was a different server, central excise was a different server, because nowhere we use PAN as the common criteria. Now GST uses PAN, income tax also uses PAN. That's the criteria which is matching today. Auto population of data in income tax return. This is the first time they have done from this year budget. Madam announced in this budget wherein automatically fields are updated in your GST income tax portal. So when you are filing your income tax return, right, you can automatically see that some of the information is captured from the back end and directly appearing in your income tax return, even though you have not filled it. So that means today data is getting integrated from different sources. Okay. So they are pulling the data from different sources and making the things easy for you. It's saving a lot of your time, lot of your energy. And also they are controlling things, what is happening in your backend. And think this they are doing for 10 crore people who are filing income tax return. 10 crore people, they are doing this. And the servers can take weight up to 25 crore people. Okay, such is the huge data migration which is happening from various sources. So if you have 5 different bank accounts, they are taking the information from all the 5 different banks. Okay, and they are putting that data in your income tax returns. So that means even though you are not ready to show that information, but they are tracking the information. Technology at which India is progressing today. Okay. So Traces is one website where you pull the informations. Then annual information system, very important. Because of time, I will not be able to explain. Just know all these terminologies. Annual information statement, where it collects information from your banks, your FD, your stock market. If you have invested in stock market, even that information is also there. If you have spent money on foreign travel, even that will appear. Without your knowledge, these are all appearing. Okay, you may think, you may not disclose all these things, but it will appear here. So once it appears, you need to go back and confirm what are those transactions. Okay, or if you have deposited more than 2 lakh rupees in cash in bank account, and if you don't disclose from which source that money came, then that amount will be there here. They will be waiting for till the time you file your income tax return. So after filing income tax return, if you don't disclose it, then a notice will come to your place saying that during the year you had 2 lakh rupees deposited in such and such a bank on such and such a date. You are not explained the source for that. Kindly explain the source or pay tax on that. So these are the technology things which has revolutionized the system of income tax in India. Okay, and faceless assessment, no need to go to department now. You can sit in front of your system, or you can sit in front of your mobile phone and do the assessment procedure. So assessment will be done not from Bangalore itself. It can be done from any corner of India. Your assessing officer can sit in any corner of India. He can do the assessment for you. Earlier, this was not the case. We used to go personally to the income tax department, wait for him. He will say, come at 2 o'clock. But 2 o'clock, he goes for some meeting. Then we need to sit there till he comes back. So at 4 o'clock, he comes and he says, this document is not sufficient. You go and bring another document next Monday. Again, we need to go next Monday. See, these were the hectic things what we physically faced during our assessment procedures. But today, nothing. You sit at your place, whatever the document you ask, you take the photograph, scan it, and send it immediately to you. And that person, they cannot escape saying that we have gone for coffee or we have another meeting or whatever it is. Time, schedule, everything will be mentioned. Even the name of the person, phone number of that person will be given to you. He will be calling you at 2:30 on Sunday. At this point of time, be ready. So you should be ready at 2:30 on Sunday. Produce the document, complete the assessment, you will get the order there and there itself. See how beauty the process has changed. Okay, so that's it. So if you have any question, you can ask. So if you have any question, you can ask.
Now the session is open for question and answers. If anybody has the question, raise your hand. All of you, please be seated. Thank you so much, sir. In today's session, we learned about creative, analytical, logical, and growing skill sets needed for a graduate to explore in today's market requirements. Your speech enlightened us to learn about industry transformation, digitalization, robotic process automation, big data, and artificial intelligence, GST proceedings in the field of accounting and taxation. We are honored to attend today's series. Now we have come to an end. To give away the vote of thanks. Over to you, Manoj.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Manoj Vaya, final year BCom student from this section, and I'm immensely pleasure to propose a vote of thanks to you all. I thank everyone for taking the time to be here and making the event interactive and fruitful. It was really an eye-opening and interactive session, which was a working session to all of us. And actually, the emphasis and need for technological upgradation is real, and it was explained with a lot of practical exposures and references by sir, CMA Ravindranath Kaushik sir. I wholeheartedly thank our chief guest, CMA and Ravindranath Kaushik sir, to be present here and joining us today for the session. Insightful speech has enlightened the for motivating career pursuits and a better life. I owe my humble gratitude to our beloved principal, Dr. S. Anil Kumar sir, for his continuous support and guidance for the students through these corporate guest lectures and various other welfare programs for the students. I extend my sincere thanks to head of the Commerce Department and IQAC Coordinator, Sir M.S. Nagar, sir, for his continuous support and guidance for corporate sessions and various student welfare programs. I also thank our academic coordinator, Dr. Shalini ma'am, and I thank today's event coordinator, Dr. Sri Hari sir, for bringing up this productive and informative session to all of us. I thank the organizing team of final year class teachers for your support and presence for conducting the session successfully. I would like to also thank the technical team and grand audience for making the event success. I thank the final year students Bhanupriya M, Shilpa Shri S, and R. Bharat Kumar for monitoring the event successfully. I wish you all to grab the best out of the session and carry learnings for the future. Thank you.
Start sharing. First of all, you